what is up everyone? Welcome back to another Gunpla review, and today I'm taking a look at this right here, the high-grade Build Fighters Transient Gundam Glacier. If you haven't seen the unboxing yet, then feel free to check that out, but anyway, let's check out the kit itself. So there is what the high-grade Transient Gundam Glacier looks like once it's snapped together. So this right here is just straight built, no panel lining, just with the stickers attached, and as you can see the colors here are dark and awesome. However, that does have the flip side of there's not much contrast at all. And kinda just makes me wonder, have they gone a little too dark with this one? The clear purple is undeniably awesome. No sparkles in it this time, just straight up clear purple. Again though, just like the rest of it, this is very dark, so on parts like the GN condensers as well as the one in the chest there, the GN drive, these barely even look like clear parts at all. And sadly there is no foil parts for behind them, so they do look a little bit on the dead side, a little bit dull. But besides the colors, the aesthetics of this kit are fantastic. All the clear parts, all those blade-like spikes everywhere, the claw-looking feet, all in all, it looks amazing, besides one part. This section right here on the back just looks plain awkward. It looks like these parts should come off and make something, but they don't. There's nothing in the instructions whatsoever as to what these are for, and this area just looks a little bit unfinished. But besides that, it all looks pretty cool. Basically, if you want this guy to look its absolute best, then you're really going to want to display it in a really bright, nicely lit area. This is when it looks its best. This is when it looks awesome. Just don't try to put him in standing poses, this looks ridiculous. These parts get in the way, and his legs look really overly extended. It doesn't do standing poses well at all. So there's the high-grade Transient Gundam Glacier with everything that it comes with. So basically in here what you get is a stand, which is great because this thing looks its absolute best in flying poses. As well as that, we also get an alternate set of manipulators for holding the GN Partisans as well as the GN Partisans themselves. Not quite as cool as the ones that came with the original Transient Gundam. These don't have any cool opening gimmicks, they just split in the center like this, but the upper sections do look like absolutely awesome looking swords. So now moving onto the articulation, straight away I'm going to do this by removing the backpack and working with it without the backpack first, so you can take a look at what's on the mobile suit, and then afterwards we'll take a look at this. Okay, so there is the head all the way down, all the way up. There it is all the way around. So pretty much what you'd expect from that simple neck joint. There is the arm all the way up. This kind of clashes a little bit. That can rotate all the way around. The shoulder is double jointed in here, so that can move back and forth like that at that point, as well as move around in here. We have rotation there at the upper arm. There is the bend at the elbow, so pretty good. The armor does get a little bit in the way though. And finally just a standard ball joint there at the wrist. As for the ab crunch, there is to the back, there is to the front, so you've got a little bit of movement there. This is an incredibly loose joint, incredibly loose. And for something with a backpack like this, it doesn't hold it up at all. So you're going to want to tighten that up a bit by doing something like top coating the ball joint in there or covering it with a paint or something like that, just so that tightens up. Anyway, besides that, there is side to side. As you can see, that is very loose. The side skirting armor can move up and down ever so slightly, as well as back like that. This front section of armor here always falls off. I mean, always. It's just held in by that small little tab there. So that can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes. But anyway, there is the leg all the way up to the front, all the way to the back a little bit blocked by this stuff back here. There they are all the way out, so it can do the splits. We've rotation up here at the upper leg like that. Next, the bend at the knee. So that is alright, not great. Next up then is the ankle, and in my opinion the weakest aspect about this kit completely. The foot can close like this, which is really cool and looks nice, this armor part as well. But if you want to do ground poses, which you probably won't with this kit, but this opens up like that and gets completely blocked by this section of armor. I mean completely, that won't move back at all. And then just kinda looks really awkward at this kind of angle. Side to side, that pivot there is okay, not great, but that can rotate around as well. This bit of armor, like I said, can move up and down, but can't move up far enough to get out of the way really. In aerial poses, no problem, but on the ground, doesn't work at all. So finally then, and one of my favorite parts of this kit is the backpack. It looks absolutely awesome, but functionally, it's just really weird. So these can pivot in and around like that, so can the lower sections there. But these right here, I don't know, just, it's really weird. I think these are from the GN Partisan of the original Transient Gundam. As you can tell, these parts were meant to attach at that point. But now, just reusing them here just seems really odd. Like at first I thought this was some kind of like part that would come off and be like a grabby thing, but it's not. It's all just visual. It's got no function. At least as far as I know. But anyway, these can move up and down like that. Actually, aren't these based on the original Transient Gundam's shoulders? So I guess this is meant to have a kind of home-built or cobbled together from parts kind of look. I've never seen much like that before on a Build Fighters kit, but I don't know, it kind of like looks like it has a function but doesn't. They can move around, but that's it. As for down here, we've got a ball joint there, so that can move around quite a bit. That can rotate as well, and that blade section can move up and down slightly. So once again, this does look absolutely awesome, but again, just like this section down here, kind of looks like it should have a function or was meant to have a function but doesn't. Anyway, so that is it for the review. What can I say? If you want an awesome looking Dark Gundam, then this one is the one for you. However, you're really gonna want to light this bad boy up. If you don't, it's gonna look like absolute nothing, like a shadow. What has to be the absolute coolest aspect of this kit is the sheer amount of clear purple on there. The GN partisans look cool as well. Of course, they don't have any functionality like the original Transient Gundam, but that seems to be a lot of this kit's issues. Not necessarily an issue, more of a quirk, I guess. But the original Transient was much more deliberate in all aspects of its design. This one has a lot of awkward aspects because I guess it's based on that and is meant to look like it has used the parts from that. Just like the feet, it can't really stand up so well because the armor gets in the way, and visually the worst aspect has to be this thing's arse. I don't know what they were getting at with that. Again, it looks like it's meant to have a function but doesn't, and looks a bit bare. But at the end of the day, it is a really cool kit, and definitely an awesome looking kit. So that definitely makes it a worthwhile purchase in my eyes. If you're thinking of getting it, I'd say go for it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews. See you next time.